Fix your anterior pelvic tilt with this follow-along workout. What we need to do is strengthen the glutes and strengthen the abs. These two muscle groups are going to pull you into a posterior tilt, but we also need to stretch out the hip flexors and stretch out the lumbar extensors, because when they're tight, that's what pulls you into an anterior tilt. So we'll do our strength work first. We're going to start with some hip thrust, and you can use a dumbbell, but if you don't have a dumbbell, you can just do it with body weight. We're going to push through the heels, hold for a second, down relatively slow. When you get to the top, you really focus on getting into that posterior tilt. So driving the hips up, down for a few seconds, up again. That's 3, 4, control it on the way down. As soon as you lift off, you try and get right into that really strong posterior tilt. So strong glutes and strong abs pull our pelvis into a posterior tilt. Weak or underactive glutes and abs allow our pelvis to be pulled into an anterior tilt. So what we're doing here is we're strengthening the muscles that pull our pelvis into the posterior tilt. And then we're also going to stretch the hip flexors and stretch the lumbar extensors, which are the muscles that when they're tight, they pull us into an anterior tilt. Okay. So now from here, the idea with this workout as well is that you can do this every second day or even every day. The more you do it, if you do it daily, you do a lower intensity. So you don't want to go too hard if you do it daily. If you do it every second day, you can do a little bit of a higher intensity. So now we're going to go into the bent knee hollow body hold. So from here, we push our lower back firmly into the ground and lift the shoulder blades off the ground. So I can feel my abs working. My lower back's pushed in the ground. I shouldn't be able to get my hands under there. Hands off the ground, feet off the ground, and we're going to hold for between 15 and 60 seconds. So for the purposes of this video, I don't know, I'll just do 20 seconds or so. But most people hold this for longer than what they actually can, because as soon as you actually start to feel that your abs stop doing the work and your lower back starts coming off the ground, that's when you really should stop, and you should only do that length of time, okay? So between 15 and 60 seconds is what you can do for that one. So we'll go straight into our second set of hip thrusts. Remember, you don't need a weight. You can do this without weight if you don't have access to any weights, okay? Strong contraction in those glutes. 3, 4, 5, 6, get into that strong posterior pelvic tilt at the top. 8, you don't have to pull your toes off the ground either. I just do that to illustrate that I'm pushing through my heels. Gives you more glute activation. 10, I want to do 10 to 12 reps. 11, 12, and back down. Okay, then we put the weight down. Let's take about 15 seconds break, and we'll do. Remember that only quality matters. It doesn't matter if you do 60 seconds of poor quality. So we need to engage those abs, push the lower back into the ground, shoulder blades off the ground, knees together, feet together. Lift the hands and feet just off the ground, so you're really feeling those abs working. And when you get better at the bent knee hollow body hold, once you can hold it for 60 seconds, you can do a rock like this. But if you look at me when I'm rocking, it's a smooth rock. It's not like this. It's not like that. It's got to be a smooth rock without your legs moving back and forward. It's very hard to do if you haven't got the strength yet, but that's what you progress to if you find it too easy. Okay, here's our third and final set for the strength exercises. We just do 3 sets. 3, 4, really get those glutes going. 5, pull into a strong posterior pelvic tilt at the top. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Nice work. All right, and we get ready for our third and final set of the bent knee hollow body hold. You can do the rock if it's too easy for you. Here we go. Come on, let's work for it, team. Everybody hates abs, but strong abs are a big part of overcoming anterior pelvic tilt. Do a few rocks just to show you that I'm not whipping out. All right, now we move into our 2 flexibility movements. Okay, so our first flexibility movement that we're going to be doing is called a couch stretch. So we put one foot up on a couch or a bench behind us. The closer this knee is to that foot, that more intense the stretch is. So you can make it harder by bringing the knee further back. Bring this foot further forward a little bit so that it's not back behind the knee like that. That's really important, okay? And then from here, pull into a posterior pelvic tilt, like that. So you really pull forward. Whoops, losing balance. And then with this leg, push your bum back towards here. And once you can touch your bum to that heel, that's when you make it more intense by bringing that knee further back. We're going to hold for 30 seconds. So you actually only need to hold a stretch for 30 seconds to get the majority of the benefit from it. You get more benefit from more sets of 30 seconds than you do from just one big long hold of, say, 2 or 3 minutes, which is really cool because, 30-second sets are obviously much more manageable and, easy to do. So we really want to make sure that we're maintaining that posterior tilt the whole time. All right, we change sides, so we take note of where our knee was because we want the same distance from the couch here. Okay, posterior tilt, so we tuck those hips forward, push back, and so we're really feeling that stretch down here, down the front of the hip. These are by far my 2 favorite stretches, these 2 stretches that we're doing here. Because I have anterior pelvic tilt, and it used to be really bad. It used to cause me a lot of pain in my lower back and my hips, and it was really prominent. It was something that you could really see in my posture. So I've come so far since then. But these 2 stretches that we're doing here, these are my 2 favorite stretches because they stretch out the areas of your body that get really tight for me. So now we're doing a Jefferson curl hold. So you'll grab onto a relatively light weight. We're going to tuck the chin to the chest first, round the shoulders, and then we really pay attention to rounding out the spine. So this part here, if you've got an anterior tilt, you're probably not going to get a lot of movement in your lumbar spine, so you pay extra care to it. You don't just rush past it. You really try to pause and try to get some movement in that lumbar spine. And then when you get past it, you just go down to wherever you can go. You might not be able to go as low as me. That's fine because I can get my hands to the ground. I've got to bend my elbows and then we hold for 30 seconds like this. Try to tense your quads. So that helps that by creating a strong antagonistic muscle contraction. It helps to relax the lumbar extensors and the hamstrings. Okay? And we're just really letting this weight pull us down to get that nice stretch in the lumbar spine. So we are intentionally rounding our back. If you've got lower back problems, then take it easy, of course. Don't just go straight into a really intense stretch. You'll start with a much lighter weight. You won't push yourself as hard. But I can assure you, I've trained people that came to me with bulging discs, really bad back problems, and within 6 months, they were deadlifting more than their own body weight. And a part of it was Jefferson curls. Jefferson curls are a really, really important part of spine health and spine strength. So this idea that we need to wrap our that we need to wrap our spines in cotton wool, I just don't subscribe to it at all. the spine is a spine is a part of the body, and if your spine can't handle it, then your body can't handle it. And our bodies can handle a lot. So this idea that we need to wrap our spines in cotton wool and not allow it to lift any weight or do any loaded work, I just think is completely untrue. And if you look at any sport, there is no sport where a spine stays perfectly neutral during the sport whilst we're playing. You know, the spine moves as we move. So it's important to load it through movement as well, which is one of the reasons I really love these loaded Jefferson curls. All right, we're coming to the end of round 2 for the hip flexor stretch. And we're getting there, and you can see this workout. It's a really quick workout, something you can really easily do daily or every second day. And you can definitely do the stretches every day. If you feel a little bit too sore tomorrow in your glutes and your abs, then take a day off and then do the strength movements the next day. Okay, so let's pay really close attention to this. Chin to the chest, round to the shoulders now, and then bit by bit. And really pay attention to the lower back now. So now I'm trying to not bend from the hips, I'm trying to bend from the lower back. And I can feel that really nice stretch in my lower back as I let the weight pull me down. Okay, tense the quads, and we hold for 30 seconds. You got this, guys. Keep it going. Almost there. Okay, we're halfway there. Keep it going. Almost done. 10 seconds. Last 5. All right, nice work. Woo. Okay. Let's get into this. Don't stop early. You want to get all sets done. Okay. Tuck the pelvis under. Posterior tilt. Push back. So you get that good stretch down the hip flexors. I promise you, if you do this workout consistently, you will see a significant change in your body. It's incredible the results that we can create in our bodies if we actually just stick to some workouts. And so I always make my workouts something that, you know, these follow along videos, something that's really doable. I try to keep the complexity out of it, try to keep something that people can look at and go, wow, I can do that, which is what we do in the coaching app, in the UMS app, where we give people all their programs for strength and flexibility. It's all about just making it really simple and accessible, but also very effective, something that gives really good results. Okay. Almost there, team. Don't give up. This is the end of it. We're almost there. You've got to finish these last 2 sets. If you've come this far, finish it. And if you got value out of this video, if this is something that you think, oh wow, this is cool, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I post multiple follow along workouts a week and daily content. So there's always new stuff for you to do. Okay, let's get this dumbbell last set for the Jefferson curl. Chin to chest, round the shoulders, down through the spine. Really trying to articulate the movement through each vertebra. Get that spot where you really feel it in the lumbar. So I think one of the big problems that people have with Jefferson curls, at least for people that have an anterior tilt, or people like I've got spondylolisthesis and a pars fracture as well in my lumbar spine. So if I don't really pay attention to that part of it, then I just get no movement in it. And I think what a lot of people do is they just rush the movement. Almost there. Okay, and now for this one, we're going to really roll back up. So we go bit by bit. Nice work, everyone. If you want to see one of my other follow along workouts, if you click or tap the screen there, there's a couple of good ones there for you to do. If you like the video, please like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in that next video.